Good morning, 8th grade. Good morning. Really quickly before we begin, we'll do expectations as we always do. I think you already know them, but when we assemble together, the expectations are that you are sitting up in your seats like 8th graders. Thank you. You're making eye contact with the speaker, and you're being active listeners. That looks like eye contact, respect. You're not talking over the speaker, you're just actively listening. Thank you very much. All right, let's begin. Good morning, everyone. Today we come together to honor something incredibly important, and that's courage, service, and sacrifice. As we approach September 11th, a day that's changed our country forever, we take time to remember not just the tragedy, but the heroes. That's why we're recognizing Heroes Day, a day to honor our veterans, the brave men and women who have served in our military. They don't wear capes, they wear uniforms, and they serve with heart, discipline, and dedication. Heroes Day reminds us to say thank you, not just today, but whenever we see somebody who has served. It's also a chance for us to reflect on the values of bravery, unity, and kindness, values we carry into our classrooms, homes, and friendships. So today, let's listen and learn, and most of all, remember, because heroes come in many forms and their stories matter. Thank you. I'll start with the gentleman. All right, so first up, I am greatly honored to introduce you to two of our community's finest, and I'd like to start with Officer Lindsay Farabee. Can you please join us here?
Thank you, Lisa. Who's Mr. Lewis? Who's my coach? Where you going, Mr. Lewis? Where you going? How you guys doing this morning? Good? Good? Y'all ain't happy you ain't in class? I mean, y'all could be in class, right? My name's Lindsay Farabee. I'm a Brockton police officer. Been one for 14 years. I served 10 years in the National Guard. Did one deployment to Afghanistan. It was a great experience. I'm gonna encourage you guys, when you get older, join the military, serve your community, take the police test, take the fire tests, be active in your community, be a good role model, be good kids, make good decisions. Okay? That's all we ask. We're not asking you guys to do a lot, just the simple things. And don't give her a hard time. I went to high school with her. She's a good person. Any questions? Quick questions, anyone? None? No? Okay. You guys have a good day. Don't let them go to class. Let them go to class.
Yes, Officer Farabee and I grew up together on the north side, but like I told you, I'm now a dragon. All right, next up, Southside's own Officer Anthony Morales.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Just like the principal said, I used to come to the school about a few moons ago, back in 2014. I served in the National Guard for about 7 years, did many humanitarian missions over in Africa, Canada, South America, built a couple schools over in Europe. I encourage all you guys to actually take the time to figure out what you guys want to do in life and make that purpose your goal, basically. Might seem a little cliche, but it's the truth. Do whatever you guys makes you guys happy, to be honest. I recently graduated the academy September 5th, so I'm newly hired onto the Brockton Police. And I'm ready for you guys. Any questions? No? All right.
Officer Morales is one of my students, so I'm very happy to see him. I just want to say a couple things before I introduce some people. Last night I was driving home and I went by a place called Five Guys. Many of you have probably been there for a hamburger or something. But I'm never going to see Five Guys the same way, because today we're going to honor 5 guys. 5 kids who came to this school. So they walked through these same doors. They sat in these same seats, believe it or not. They were you. They were us. They were South kids. Without them, there is no us. 5 of our kids who came to this school passed away in Vietnam. Again, you're sitting here today, I'm standing here today, thanks to heroes like that. Heroes come in many forms, many shapes. The officers, the police department. Mr. Jonathan Arroyo back there, South Junior High teacher, veteran. Ms. Sabeda in the office, veteran. These are our heroes. These should be our role models, and these are the people we honor today. So I'm going to give over the speakership right now to our great mayor, Mayor Robert Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Stapleton. Good morning, Dragons. I just said to Dr. Tahiliani, the superintendent, how amazed I was because everybody sat here so polite and quiet. And I have an 8th grader at West, and I can tell you that South, in that capacity, is beating West. So congratulations to the Dragons. I just want to, first of all, thank Mr. Stapleton for doing this phenomenal event. We are a great city, right? Brockton has always been a city of immigrants, right? Like, I tell this story. My grandparents came from a country like Ireland, and my wife's from Italy, to work here in Brockton. But it's always been welcoming, right? We Cape Verdean and Haitian, Angola, Nigerian, just so diverse and so beautiful. But once a Brocktonian, always a Brocktonian. So today, we honor five brave individuals that paid the ultimate sacrifice. Now, America is the greatest country in the world because of the brave sacrifices, the ultimate sacrifices of men and women that have worn our uniform. But Brockton soldiers, it goes back actually when we were in North Bridgewater. It goes back to the Civil War, the American Revolution, World War I, Korea, World War II, and then most recently, after Vietnam, most recently what we're doing for the fight of freedom. So if you see a veteran, always thank them for their service. To pay the ultimate sacrifice is what makes an American hero. But all of you are heroes in your own right, because you come to school every day as the next generation of Brocktonians. And you listen and you learn, and I just read that up there. That's what it's about, respect and ownership, attitude, responsibility. So I want to thank the administration here at South, but more importantly, we can never forget. Tomorrow will be a very solemn day, 9/11, 24 years since that horrific incident in our nation's history. But what Mr. Stapleton does is he doesn't forget about brave people that put on the uniform, kissed their moms and dads and girlfriends and wives and kids goodbye and went off overseas. Some came back damaged physically or mentally, but some came back just in spirit and memory because they physically did not come back themselves. They were killed in action. So I thank you for being the next generation of Brocktonians. I thank all of the men and women that serve our community. We just had 2 brave police officers. So when I look around this room, you see future mayors and superintendents and teachers and police officers and soldiers, but there's also someone in this room that might cure cancer, or someone that may be able to do something in our society that doesn't exist right now. So the sky's the limit with all of you. Keep reaching for the stars. Don't listen to the negativity. And always remember those that came before us, because that's what makes Brockton the city of champions. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Before we introduce the next speaker, I do want to acknowledge 2 special people in our audience. Mr. Joe Arsenal and Miss Barbara Garvey both had parents, both had fathers who served in Vietnam, and I want them to be recognized also. Our next speaker, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Tahiliani.
Good morning, everyone. I have to say that this truly is one of the most poised and engaged audiences I've ever seen. So I just want to pay my gratitude to you here today, and how professional and wonderful you all look. We are so excited for this upcoming school year, and so welcome back to school. And I just want to say that it is so important to have events like this, and I appreciate that the South administration and your educators take the time to pay our respects to those who have served in the past, pay our respects to our veterans and to our heroes. And I also just want to remind you that you are our future heroes. And whether you are serving in a uniform or whether you're serving as an educator in one of our schools, we are looking to you for our future. So today we pay respect to those who came before you, but when you walk out of this auditorium today, I want you to think about how you want to serve the community, how you want to serve your country, because all of you are the bright future that not only we have here in Brockton, but for our entire country. So have a wonderful day today. Have a wonderful school year. I can't wait to see what you all accomplish in the future.
I also see Mr. Waldron back there. I know Mr. Waldron had relatives who passed away and who served in Vietnam also. So thank you, Mr. Waldron, for your family's sacrifice. Before I bring up the next speaker, I do like to mention people were giving me credit. It's only partly me. I have an organization we started to try to help South, and it's Ms. Thomas is unbelievable, Mr. Lynch, Mr. Gasha. There's a reason why Mayor Sullivan said, yeah, we beat West today in behavior. We're going to beat West in everything. Are you kidding me? Okay? But nonetheless, I have a lot of support. Ms. Gomez is somewhere over here. Ms. Gomez, you might remember her. She was a teacher here 2 years ago. She helps me do this, and she's phenomenal, a phenomenal person, and a former Dragon. So thank Ms. Gomez. From the school committee, would like to introduce Anna Oliver.
Thank you. Good morning. It is a privilege to be here, especially honoring 5 young men that sacrificed the ultimate sacrifice basically for this country. Also know that any one of you can be a hero. Recently, we had a student that was a hero, I think last week, that saved one of the classmates. So I think any time when you walk out of here by doing great things to your neighbors, especially the elders that are alone, go visit them, go talk to them, or even a friend, you become a hero. Even myself as a registered nurse who worked in the COVID unit throughout the pandemic, we are heroes. No matter what you do today and tomorrow, just remember, be kind. Be kind, because you never know, just a smile can brighten somebody's life. So you never know what somebody's going through mentally, emotionally. So every day you can be a hero and just be kind. That's all I ask, and have a great school year, and always remember to be somebody's special friend. Thank you.
As we progress as students, as learners, and as people, try to remember one thing I think that's important. I didn't figure this out till I was much older. Anyone can make money. Try to make an impact, though. Try to make an impact. Try to help people out. Make an impact. Money is easy to make. Money doesn't bring friends. Making an impact brings friends. I've become friends with all these people who are just great local heroes. Try to become a person of impact. I'd like to say, before we look at the 5 gentlemen who passed away, I want to say to them before we begin that, I'm sorry. I apologize. It took me 30 years to come up with the idea to honor these 5 men. That's my fault. I think we have to remember the past. I'm a history teacher, and we're going to have a plaque out on the wall soon on the basketball court with these 5 gentlemen's names on it. But it shouldn't have taken me to 2026 to do this. I should have done this 30 years ago. So to those 5 gentlemen, I'm sorry. When you see these 5 faces on the screen, you're going to see them as 19-year-old, 18-year-old kids. But remember, when they died, they each had 2 lives. The life they had at the time as a soldier, as a dragon, but the life they never got to leave. They never got a chance to be a father, a grandfather. They never got a chance to be a mayor, a school committee member, a police officer, even a social studies teacher. They never got that chance. So as we watch the names come up on the screen, remember them. Lock them in the brain. And maybe we can be like them. And I know that we always say, once a dragon, always a dragon. Well, we're not forgetting them. It took us a long time, but we'll remember them. Mr. Arsenal, if you could, first gentleman, Ronald Berrisford. I had a friend who was going to come in and talk about each of these people today. But unfortunately, he's a Vietnam vet. That's not the unfortunate part, but he's old. And he's not feeling well. So I can't give the stories about each of these gentlemen, but I just want you to see and recognize Ronald Berrisford died when he was 18 years old. He was going to turn 19 a month after his death. He died 9,000 miles away from his loved ones. Robert Leon Boss. I know they called him Buzz. And I know one thing about Robert Boss to humanize him. His sister was dating, his younger sister was dating Timothy Holster's brother. We're going to see Timothy Holster's picture in a minute. So think about that. As that couple was dating, they both lost a brother in war. And you can see his age. He was almost 21. He died in the month he would have turned 21. He never got a chance to live a life that we all will have that chance. Teddy Johnson, 19. Made it to 19 years old. For me, that's a long time ago. For you, that's coming up. Sacrificed his life for us. That's what a hero is. I wish I could be a quarter of them. Timothy Holster. Timothy is in our Hall of Fame. If you go out in the Hallway of Fame, you'll see Timothy Holster's plaque. I do promise this to the other four, because they're somewhere listening right now. They will be in the Hall of Fame next year. As long as I'm alive, and if I'm not, as long as someone else is willing to carry the torch. Next year, Berrisford, Boss, Johnson, and Rodrick will be in our Hall of Fame. They will not go another year without. And finally, Robert Rodrick. We named the park in Brockton after Mr. Rodrick. If you go on Main Street, in front of the old Goddard School, I don't know what we call it now. We seem to change the name every few years. Near the Family Dollar, not too far from here. And we named the park after Mr. Holster, out on West Chestnut Street, on the way to Giorgio's. If I could, I want to read a letter, and then I'll leave the stage shortly thereafter. This was an award of the Bronze Star given to Timothy Holster for heroism in connection with military operations against a hostile force. On this date, November 1st, 1966, Specialist Holster's company was conducting a search and destroy operation near Dai An, which is a village, when it suddenly became engaged with a large hostile force armed with automatic weapons, small arms, and mortars. Specialist Holster from Brockton, South Dragon, with complete disregard for his personal safety, began moving from position to position, checking on the status of his men and offering them words of encouragement. Upon discovering that his men were in urgent need of ammunition, he unhesitatingly exposed himself to the devastating fire in order to distribute along the perimeter. Throughout the battle, Sergeant Holster repeatedly placed himself in the Viet Cong kill zone to lay unusually accurate fire on the insurgent positions. He continually went to the aid of his injured comrades and in the midst of vicious battle, administered first aid. It was during one of these heroic acts that Specialist Holster was mortally wounded. The extraordinary courage and selfless regard for his fellow officers and soldiers displayed by Specialist Holster's supreme sacrifice distinguished him as a combat soldier of the highest caliber. Specialist 4 Holster's outstanding display of aggressiveness, devotion to duty, and personal bravery is in keeping with the finest traditions of military service and reflect great credit upon himself, the 1st Infantry Division in the United States Army. I want to add 2 things. It also showed what it meant to be a Brocktonian, and most importantly, to be a South Dragon. Think of these 5. Think of these 5, please. When we get that plaque and we put it up there, think of these 5, honor these 5. Thank you very much.
Thank you all so much. Can we have another round of applause for all of our guests of honor today and everybody who helped put this together? You were a wonderful audience. Everybody here was telling the truth. You exceeded expectations. And those of you who stayed sitting in your seat, eye contact engaged, I see you as well. So excellent work. Because the bell just rang, I know some of you do or do not have your materials, please just stay seated for 1 second and we will exit you as we typically do. This row will go out this way. This row will go out that way. Middle, please be seated. Teachers, if you'd like your class and you still have them, you can take them first. Okay, so please do not get up yet until you see myself or Mr. Lynch help you with that. Thank you guys, did a great job.